Guys, so parasites. That's a little bit unnerving at times, isn't it? To think, I have parasites in my system. I have ran thousands of labs on people that have shown positive markers for parasites, and they're like, you need to understand that straight up grosses me out, Dr. Greg. And I was like, I get it. And then I also say to them, better out than in. So here's the reality. CDC tells us that 60% of Americans have parasites. By the way, there is no gold standard test. The ova and parasite test is very unreliable, the poop test. Here's what you need to know. What we have found is roughly about 30% of parasites are visible to the naked eye. So you can do all kinds of parasite cleansing when it's appropriate and you don't even know that you got rid of stuff. However, there are times when certain people do expel parasites that are visible, and it can be a bit unnerving, and I get it. Now the reality is, again, better out than in, but it's also to understand that this is what we're going after, right? So many times you can see them in your stool, maybe through a bowel movement, and sometimes, again, through the bowels when we're doing a liver detox, or we actually love using coffee enemas, and I know that's a whole nother conversation, and don't go Google that because there'll be all kinds of crazy stuff. Actually, I have a video in my, at vitaeclinic.com, and it's under our resources. I have a video in there about our coffee enemas, and that's a great way to upregulate the liver because there are things called liver flukes, which are a potential infection in the liver. So big picture is have grace with yourself. Understand that you're not going to do a mass exodus in 3 days, even though the medical community might say, well, here's an anti-parasitic, take it for 3 days and you're good. The reality is that's not how it works. And once you've done parasite work, it means that, so respectfully, that you need to go back and revisit that. So once you do this big deep cleaning that we do in our clinic, you need to be able to go back and 2 to 4 times a year do a clean sweep to make sure that these things are no longer in your system. So, and we've seen parasites come out of people's nose. Nose is a very common area because of the sinuses. Obviously, people will poop them out. We've literally seen parasites come out of almost every orifice in the body that is possible. And the reality, again, is when you get healthy, your body is designed to not have these components inside. So do the dirty work, do the testing, trust the process, and if you have questions or need help, we're here for you. Have an awesome day.